Hello, everyone. It's your host, Diamond Young, and we are back with not even another episode and another season of the Black Directory podcast. That's right. We are back with season 3, and I am so excited. Honestly, this feels like new territory all over again. I feel like I haven't been here in so long. Really, I've been creating episodes all this year, just preparing for season 3, but this is my first solo episode and it feels a little weird. I'm not going to lie. But I am just excited to be back. There is so much to catch up on, so much to talk about. When I tell you this season is going to be so good, I'm so serious, you guys. Like, if you have been listening to the Black Directory podcast all along, you already know we always put our best foot forward with the guests that we have on, the quality of the show. But this season is going to be different because we really took our time with finding guests that we thought, like, okay, they would bring something really special to the show, very unique. And we want them to leave gems. We want them to teach you guys how to get to the bag or really just give you even more of an insight into their industry in case that's something that you want to do. So I'm super excited about it. This time we're actually doing a true season. Before we were just kind of doing it weekly and filling it out. But this time we're actually going to do, a set amount of episodes, really give it our all, and just create a show that is more streamlined, more structured, more relevant, more fun. So I'm just happy that, again, if you were listening before, thank you for sticking with us and for supporting. And if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome to the oh, see, mistakes happen. We keep it real over here at the Black Directory podcast. But if you're new, thank you. Thank you for tuning in and just trying to learn more about what we have going on here on the Black Directory podcast show. So, first order of business, and FYI, there will be no guests on this episode. I thought it was only right to do a solo episode this time just to catch you all up on what happened, where did we go. I feel like we were off the grid. We were hitting our episodes, and then it just went. It was crickets, okay? It was crickets. And guess what? Your girl got laid off. Yes, the girl got laid off, and I could have just started this season just acting like nothing happened, going straight into the episode with a guest. But in reality, there are things to talk about, and I really wanted to use this first episode to be transparent. There may be some of you who may relate to being laid off and just that journey of having to start over, especially as an entrepreneur. I was one of those people where I had my corporate job, my tech job, and it funded my business, it funded everything. And I had that safety net. I knew I got paid every 2 weeks, and it just really created a comfortability, I would say. And when I tell you last like October going into November, everything changed. I am not joking. Like, not only do we lose our app, which some of you may have downloaded our app. If you're new, Black Directory used to have an app where you could find Black-owned businesses locally and rate and review them, check them out, learn more about what they have going on, use maps, drive to the locations. It was so cool. I get sad thinking about it. It was so cool. I worked so hard, spent money. I'm sure someone can relate when you just pour so much of yourself into a project. I gave that app my everything. I gave it my everything. I was working with people that I didn't know. I don't code, so it was just such a journey. It was such a journey. It was new territory. It was something that I was proud of. And to be honest, I thought it was something that made Black Directory. So lost the app, bug crashes and things that I couldn't fix and help myself. I didn't trust anyone. I couldn't find a developer that I felt like, okay, could help us. And I don't know, it was just such a weird time. So I had that going on. And then simultaneously, I got laid off from my job. For those of you who don't know, I was working at Twitter for 3 years. I was working as a learning and development specialist. So that was my, my day job after grad school. And that was important too, in the sense of that was familiar, and your friends become your your coworkers become your friends and family. And when I started Black Directory, I was living in Oakland at the time. So Twitter has such a special place in my heart, but we did face layoffs last fall. So I lost two things at the same time, and I just had to step away. I had to step away. I was overwhelmed. I'm like, okay, I'm living in Houston. I have this apartment. How am I going to pay my bills? What's going to happen? It was just so much uncertainty around me. And I was just in a really lost place. Like, I just couldn't see past, for one, the app being down. Like, I just felt like it's over. It's a wrap, like, who are we without this app? I just couldn't really process. It was hard to get up. Like, I couldn't even talk about it without crying, like, I couldn't process what happened. I just knew, whoa, like, everything has changed at one time, at the same time. So anyways, that happened. I started getting into freelance work, contract work, and this was my true, like, entrepreneurship, like, something that I always wanted. And you don't know what you're asking for until you get it, which is like, whoa, this is a high level of uncomfortability and uncertainty, and it's scary. And I just knew I didn't want to go back home. I didn't want to move back to North Carolina. I just wanted to figure it out. But I ended up getting into freelance and contractor work with marketing, because I've always been good at marketing. It was always in my heart. I loved it. And I'm not going to hold you all. Everything started coming together. It's crazy how sometimes things have to fall apart to come together. Things have to literally, like, the rug has to get pulled. The rug sometimes has to get pulled in order for you to know, I still have my feet on the ground. It may feel a little bit different because that same rug isn't there, but I'm good. I have what I need in order to crawl, walk again, run again, whatever, I have what I need. So month after month, I just figured it out. But what it did is it made room for me to focus on Black Directory full time, which was something that I always wanted to do, but that wasn't the dynamic, So I had the right idea. Something else to catch you up on is, well, actually, I'm going to save that. But back to the layoff. So I was laid off, um, on unemployment, trying to figure it out, didn't want to go home, trying to see if I can be a contractor, freelancer, trying to figure out how to really, market myself. But it was hard because sometimes you can market for others, but it's very different when you are in that vulnerable space, because you never want to act out in a sense of desperation, because you're just frantic, you're panicking, you're just mentally all over the place. And I still just hadn't come to terms with everything that happened to the app. And shout out to mom. Mom came to Texas. She came to Houston, and we just had a long conversation. And she basically told me, like, hey, Black Directory is still Black Directory with or without the app. That's never what made it what it was, because as long as the mission is still true, you're still helping people, whether it's through the podcast or social media, in person, then it's being fulfilled. It's just not in the way that you thought. And she had to really break it down that this isn't a failure. You accomplished something that you wanted to do, is something that other people may be trying to do if they're on a similar path. And she just explained that it doesn't mean you'll never have an app again. It's just a not right now. And I really had to take that time. This was January at this point. I had to take that time to mourn the app. I had to really mourn it and make peace with it. And it sounds cheesy, but I had to dream again. I had to really think about, okay, if I have to, my eyes are closed because that's what was happening, but I had to think to myself, okay, if you had to imagine your business without the app, without the thing that you think makes it, right? What does that look like? And I had to sit with that for a few days of like, okay, maybe we should be a nonprofit. Maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do that. And honestly, that was the best thing I could have ever done because I felt and feel so, my mind is clear. I can think. I'm doing more than I ever would have because really the app made me feel comfortable because I feel like we made it. I feel like, well, that was the thing that made us stand out. And I had to really go back to square one. And if you're listening and you resonate with this at all, something that I want you to take away is that it's okay to pivot. It's okay to go back to square one. But square one doesn't mean, like I know we said ground zero, but the progress that you've made isn't a race. You're just saying, okay, what's a different route, to the same destination. Okay, maybe instead of going this way, I'm going that way. As long as you get there, that's something to be proud of. And it really is so important for us to embrace the progress that we've made. And a lot of times we're our biggest critic. We're the ones that are putting ourselves down more than others sometimes. So I had to really figure all that out. But I want to fast forward to just where we are today since then. I'm still doing contractor work for HR, L&D space, things like that. Got to pay the bills until we got, monetize and grow. But we are a nonprofit now. And that was something that I thought about. But again, having all this spare time, I was able to make those changes of like, you know what? Yeah, let's try that. Let's maybe we should be a nonprofit because we are more for the community and just the things that I envisioned us doing, which is having a scholarship fund for HBCU students that we're working on and having interns and giving back and helping the community and giving grants and wanting to raise funds. It just made sense that we were in a different business legal structure. So that was a change that we made. Another change that we made that some of you may already know if you've been following us is we created a yoga tour. We already did the melanated yoga here and there in Houston, but I really wanted to focus on that a little more this year. So we did a 4-city melanated yoga tour. So Raleigh, Austin, Atlanta, and we're going to have 2 stops in Houston. And I'm just so proud. Just talking about it out loud, I'm just so happy that I didn't get too stuck on the app thing because what we've been able to do this year, like we got our first sponsor that actually gave us money for the tour, but we also had many sponsors that gave us products for the giveaway bags and just how everything came together. It was such a beautiful experience that I don't know if I would have experienced it if I didn't get out of my own way and out of my own head and I didn't say it has to be like this. We have to go down this path. That's detrimental. And I'm just so happy that I let myself reimagine and rethink and repurpose, refocus all the re's. We had to re and get back together. That's so corny, but we had to get back on track, and it's just been so rewarding. So we've been able to take Black Directory on the road and meet people that we wouldn't have really met any other way, and we're getting back into our happy hours now. We've hosted a few in Houston and just creating those social mixers in a way to connect with more people. And I'm telling you all, it's been rewarding. So we have went deeper into events, but it's really helped us grow a lot. We always kept the social media going as far as where we're on pretty much everything, but TikTok is really just showed up and showed out. We're now at 18K, and it's not about numbers, but it's just more so if you've been following us, when we were like not there. We were trying to find our voice online and find people that resonated with us and could connect to our mission. And it's just really beautiful to see just in a year all that's changed and all that's happened. And I'm just super proud. I'm super proud of where we're headed. I'm super proud of what we've accomplished so far. And we're just getting started. When I tell you HBCU scholarships is coming, that's coming. Internships and volunteer opportunities are coming. Super excited about that. We're hosting our monthly community mixers here in Houston. And we're just getting prepared to create membership because we want to have impact everywhere, not just Houston. I get that question the most is this just a Houston thing? We're based out of Houston because I live in Houston. It's easier for me to do things here, but best believe we want to reach everywhere, anywhere where people want to grow and celebrate Black owned businesses, especially if you're an entrepreneur. We definitely have some amazing things coming down the pipeline. We will be creating workshops. We really want to focus on um, giving tools and resources and helping the development side when it comes to Black businesses. Everyone's not an entrepreneur, or some people, they have a business, but they're still trying to figure out how to grow and how to scale. And we want to position ourselves to be a resource. Not just, hey, we're promoting you on TikTok. It's like, okay, we're not just a promo page. So I'm just excited. And again, I'm super excited about this podcast and the stories that you're going to hear, the gems that you're going to receive, all the nuggets, all the cool things. And we're just getting started. I think that's what's the best part. This year we turned 3, but I feel like we're just getting started, and I feel just that exciting feeling that I felt when I first started Black Directory, and it's back, and I feel good, and it feels good even to be talking to you all, recording this episode, because it's been a journey since October, November last year. It's been a journey. I'm telling you, just for more insight, I didn't even want to get back on the microphone. Like, it just felt like not an identity crisis, but I was just lost, within the business and real life. And what they say, life be lifing, if you know, you know. But I'm just excited. I feel more like myself. I feel more fulfilled. I'm just ready to pour into others. I want to connect others. I want people to feel like we are a resource and we're making a difference. But that's enough of what's happened. I just wanted to update you all. This episode isn't too long, but I thought it would be so weird to start this season without bringing you all on that journey of what's going on. They dropped all these episodes. They disappeared. We are back. Rest assured, we're back better than ever. I'm just super excited for you all to see what's in store. And of course, we always include a lot of good information in the show notes. But if you're new to this podcast, or maybe you just haven't listened in a long time, be sure to follow us. Check out our website, which is blackdirectory.com. Check out our TikTok. We're on other social medias as well, Instagram, TikTok, and we're a Black Directory across the board. But definitely check out our TikTok because we have so many cool things going on there, just giving you all updates on what's going on in the Black community and just things that we should be celebrating more often. Those are the things that we promote and that we create. And something else that's new is we have a Discord channel. So if you are someone where you're looking to build community and meet like-minded individuals and celebrate Black businesses and get together, join our Discord group. It is amazing. It's a great way to connect. I'll be sure to give you those details as well. And be sure to subscribe. Tell your friends, your family, tell everyone about this podcast. It's so amazing. And I'm not just saying that because I'm hosting it, but you really get to hear from Black people telling their stories. And it doesn't get any better than that, in my humble opinion. So catch up on some episodes if this is your first time, or maybe you missed some. It will be worth it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. But that is it for this episode, you all. I can't wait to talk to you all again. I can't wait to see what you think about the rest of the episodes this season. let us know your thoughts too. If you would like to be a guest on the show, or if you know someone that would be a great guest, I'll include information as well on that in the show notes. And yeah, if you just want to support, this is a great way to support. If you're trying to figure out how to get involved, share the podcast with someone this week. And yeah, I can't wait for y'all to tune into the next one. Bye.